Hi, I'm Franco,
Hello, and I'm Myrna.
and we're Into It Tarot. Welcome to the December 2015 readings for the Earth signs.
Welcome.
This month we're doing it a little bit different. We're focusing on the elements, and then we are going to do a little bit, um, a little reading based on the signs that pertain to that element. So for the Earth signs, that's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So let's see what's coming up for you for the month of December. All you Earth signs.
A very special reading because it's for all of you who are pertain to the Gregorian calendar. This is the tail end of the year, and so any tail end of any year, there's really a lot of movement, activity, encouragement for moving forward or staying still, and so this is going to be a very special reading. Help you round out your year.
All right, so let's get into it. Earth signs. So what I'm sensing is that there might be a little bit of fear approaching you during this end of the year. The Nine of Pentacles shows reversed for you during this month. The Nine of Pentacles is usually a very good card, very joyful card, very stately card. But with so much spending that we've been going through during this month and maybe the previous month, you might have a little bit of concern about whether you're going to have enough to get through the end of the year and whether next year is going to bring you what you expect. For the most part, the Nine of Pentacles will tell you that those fears are unfounded and that you should start focusing on the things that you do have and the things that are working out for you.
What I'm seeing December highlighting for you Earth signs is three distinct things. Family, there's going to be a focus on family. There is a focus on growth, on shifting from one way of living your life into a new dynamic. And then the other influence is that has a lot to do with that shifting, is moving into a greater space of self-awareness and self-confidence. So the first card that I came up with in the spread that I did is as I mentioned already, is the family energy, and that's indicated by the family card. So when this card comes up, it talks about quite a few different things. It's very profound. So it's calling your attention to pay more attention to the immediate members of your family. If there's any areas where there's friction or conflict, it's a very important time, especially now that we're in the thick of so many very beautiful holidays, and there is a proclivity to be with family, to use this up as an opportunity for healing, for gentility, for, maybe your uncle usually gets on your last nerve, and the way that you deal with that uncle is by ignoring him or gossiping about him. This time, approach it in a way with greater sense of maturity. Perhaps have a conversation with your uncle that has nothing to do with the things that you usually talk about or that gets on your nerves. Maybe go for a walk with him and, just do something in
I think maturity is the word,
yeah.
the key word here, just to be more grounded about it. Use that earth element that you're natural to, and just be more grounded about situations. And don't put more wood into the fire. Don't put more air into the mixture. Just keep things, to the facts and to what's actually happening, so that you can have a real perspective of what the issue is.
Exactly. Now, what's important about that is two things. One is that the perspective is it's really important to not drag in the things from your past that created and creates conflict, but deal with what's occurring now.
Right.
the other thing too is it's very important, and this is perhaps going to come up quite a bit for everybody, is the importance of not just your um, blood family, but our extended collective family, our human family. And that's what this family card talks about. And so we're being provoked in many ways globally to look outside of our normal confines and the things that we are accustomed to within our communities,
Right.
protecting and honoring and being a part of. And now we're really being challenged to see that our family goes way beyond.
Right. It's to understand that we're all related, really. It doesn't matter where you come from, what your creed is, um, what your physical appearance is. We're all related. Plants, animals, the earth, us. We're all part of one ecosystem, and we have to understand that as a family. That everything around us is part of our family. And this is part of a new
We need to
beginning
start behaving that way.
that's happening. I think that earth signs are going to be helping us understand that during this month, because the Princess of Cups is showing up, and this shows up an emotional connection to the situations around you, and to being more present with the moment and understanding things from a different perspective, and being kind of like a foundation for others. So what I'm sensing is that uh, earth signs during this month are going to be kind of a support system for their family and for their friends. And a lot of people are going to be coming to you for not so much for advice, but just for support. They just want you to listen to them and to be there. You don't have to, give them an explanation or show them how to do things. Just being present is enough for the people who are going to be approaching you during this month. And that's not only just with family, but also through work. If anyone comes up with an issue, just know that what they want is somebody that will listen to them, and that will be sort of like a calming force in their life. And that's really going to be a role that earth signs are going to be taking on during this month.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's beautiful about it is that you have the ingredients for that cake. So the potency card, the great power card indicates that exactly. The great power is all about strength of character, it's leadership, it's a person who is dignified, as I said, and very influential, and so people gravitate to you naturally for that.
Very interesting, because the Pope or the Hierophant is the card that showed up for me on that last space. And it is a very dignified position, someone who is in charge, who is the head of the state, the head of the church. And so it is asking, earth signs to be more stately as well, to understand that you have a position in society, that you have a role, that people look up to you, and they see you as an example, and they see you as someone who has a lot of knowledge about situations, and they come to you for that. So, it's important to also be humble. When you're in a position of leadership and power, it's important to be humble. When you don't know when you don't have the answers, to acknowledge that and maybe guide them to somewhere else where they could find the answers. But it is truly showing us that you are in the position to be, to be in charge, and to be that steady force in the life of those around you and in your own life. So that's something that you shouldn't really doubt, that you should just accept and understand as a fact.
Yes, absolutely. So we're going to go in now with the specific 3 signs pertaining to the earth element. And so, what was the first one you said?
We start with Taurus.
Taurus, right. So, wow, very, very beautiful messages coming through for each of you. So Taurus got the, in my spread you got the Well card. And the Well card indicates it's a juncture of time where you're going in, and this I recall coming up in October and a bit in November as well for Taurus. It was a time of diving in to the very deep recesses of your consciousness, of your life, of the different areas that pertain to your well-being. And you're going deeper in the month of December to gain insight, to really sort of harvest the wisdom that's there, to get more in touch with your intuition, and also to get to the bottom of things. So it looks like in December, a lot of what we have been discussing already is part of what's orbiting around in your life, but in particular for Taurans, December is about fixing loose ends and addressing things that have been keeping you up at night. So December is about the time for you to like really get to the root of things.
Yeah, and what I'm seeing is that there's going to be a lot of alone time that you're going to be seeking. Taurus, you're getting the Lover's card reversed over here, and it is asking you. It is foretelling that you will be. There's going to be a time of separation for you, perhaps from your lover, from your family, from your spouse. Just time that you need alone in order to get well and to find all the answers that you're going to be looking for. So make sure that you share that with your friends and your family, because they're going to want you to be present. A lot of the family events, and you might feel like you don't really want to be there. Just let them know. I just need some time for myself. I want to spend this weekend on my own. I don't want to go to the party. I don't want to spend it with 30 people around me or however many there are. And that's okay. So don't feel weird. Don't feel stressed just because maybe you don't feel like the holiday vibe, or just honor that you're in a process of healing and you're looking for answers, and you're needing to get better. And that's part of the process, to be alone and do it in a kind of your own space, not necessarily sharing it with others around you.
Yeah. What I'm seeing now for Virgo is the dispersion card. And the dispersion card, when it comes up, it indicates that it's a time for diffusing negativity, for dissolving divisions. So if there's any sort of stagnation or just that what I said, divisions in terms of maybe you're butting heads with somebody else, or in your corporation, in your job, in your household, there's a lot of friction. December is going to be about a time where you have to hunker down and bring some real clarity and revitalize that energy so that doesn't drag into the new year for you.
Yeah, what I'm getting is the Seven of Swords here for you, Virgo. And that's going, following that theme, is also asking you to take responsibility for those things that you might haven't done very well. It's not only you. This month is going to ask you to really bring harmony into every aspect of your life. So it's not just about fixing what others have done wrong, but it's also about fixing what you've done wrong, and making amends for those things. So the Seven of Swords is a card of trying to get by, the easy way, the quick way, without really putting in the effort. And maybe you shortchanged someone earlier this year, maybe last month, or last week, and maybe it's time to make up for that. Put on the extra effort, maybe volunteer, or be the fixer in the situation. So it's a little bit more responsibility, but at the end of the month you're going to feel a lot lighter. You're going to feel like you've done the right thing, and it's going to be easier for you if you pursue that route.
Yes, absolutely. It is going to be easier because what I'm also seeing in this dispersion card is that you're being supported to bring in fresh energy. So even though it might be a little bit challenging, especially if you have to swallow your pride in certain instances and be the one to be the bigger person, it's actually, I don't know, it's almost like you're going to get an upgrade in your in how you feel and how you're feeling, and an upgrade for the tail end of the year. There was just really good energy around that.
Right. So last we have Capricorn.
Capricorn, yeah.
And Capricorn, we have the Seven of Wands here for you. And it is a card of sticking to your guns. To knowing that your vision and your goals are the right ones for yourself, and not allowing others to veer you or turn you around from what it is that you want to do. But also, you have to be mindful of the way that you do that, so that others don't feel threatened, or that you don't do it in a way that's abrasive or harmful for others. You know, you can stay your ground without having to harm others around you, and that's what you have to be careful about.
The card I got is the turning point, and the turning point is an indication of a new cycle that's about to begin, which is actually very beautiful and appropriate for the tail end of the year. And that is, it's sort of like starting a new chapter in this book. It's turning a leaf, and it's bringing in this really wonderful, revitalized, refreshing energy. And it's also a card that sort of brings hope into the areas of your life where you've been working on something. So if you've been working on a project, if you're looking to get pregnant with your partner, this all indicates that it's the right time for those things to evolve, to take shape, to make themselves established.
Right. So there's going to be an improvement, you know, if you keep going. So just keep steady, and keep going in the way that you're going, because you're gonna get your reward, you know, at the end. Yeah. But this is the time to hunker down and get to it.
Okay. I love that word, hunker down. Feels so good.
All right, so this has been your reading for all the Earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. I hope you enjoy it. Please let us know your comments below, whether they be positive or negative. We just want to know how we can be of help for you. You can find us as well for any private readings through intuittarot@gmail.com, or through Facebook with the same name, Intuit Tarot, or on our website at intuittarot.com.
And we look forward to hearing from you, also for private readings. So if you're interested in the kind of work that we do readings on a private scale to help you define areas in your life with a greater focus to the specific areas of your life.
So have a great month of December, and happy holidays. Enjoy your time and have fun.
I'll see you in January.
See you next month.
Toodles.